Hello, buddies. Happy Wednesday. Welcome back to another episode of Decrypting Movies. You're watching Medley with Maddie. I'm Manny Dawson. Today, we're gonna pick up murder mystery plot that I watched yesterday night, and it was a very beautiful movie. It's a original screenplay. It's not derived from any of the murder mysteries book. Probably most of the murder mysteries are derived from Agatha Christie novels. So it's because she's a great murder mystery writer, but this particular movie was originally written by the director, and he made the screenplay as well. So it's a fresh murder mystery movie, and there's a lot of stars in it, as you can see. And this is my special face filter for today's movie decryption. And the movie name is, obviously, you should have guessed by now, because this movie was released way back in 2019, and I think hope of most of you should have watched this. Yes, it's called Knives Out. It's available on Netflix. The rating is 7.9 in IMDb. It's around 2 hours 10 minutes, but there is no dull moment. It just goes on. You never know the time passing by, and 2 hours is just minimal, I guess. It could have been more. Because the plot was very interesting, and it had its own hook, many hooks, and that kept you thinking who's the killer, and that's a very interesting screenplay. So before we start discussing, I'll just check my sound. Yes, my sound is good. Yep. Let me remove this filter. Yes. Hi. So the story is simple. A murder has happened, and detective is called for, and he's trying to solve who is the murder. And that's the whole plot in a log line. And you see the person who's sitting behind me in the couch is the guy who's got murder. He's a famous murder mystery novel writer, and he's in his 80s basically, and 85th birthday party. He invites all his family, and the next day he's found dead. Basically, he seems to have cut his own throat using a knife, and it looks like a suicide. And the police, the lieutenant who comes in for investigation, they declare it is a suicide. But then detective is called for, and that detective is Daniel Craig. His name is Benoit Blanc in the movie, so he's a very renowned detective, like Sherlock Holmes or James Bond or anyone. He's famous in this movie universe. He's very famous, and he's been asked to investigate this particular incident of suicide from someone anonymously. So nobody has written their name on it, but they have given some cash and asked him to go and investigate this murder, because they feel that it's not a suicide, it's a murder. And that's how detective Benoit Blanc, Daniel Craig, comes into picture, and you can assure that he has completely made us forget about James Bond, and he's totally into this character, and we see him as this detective Benoit Blanc, because I enjoyed his performance in the movie. And so they reveal what happened to the guy Harlan. So his name is Harlan, the 85-year-old murder mystery novel writer, and basically he has a nurse to help him in his medication and day-to-day activities. And this nurse is Anadi Armas, I guess. I don't know how to pronounce her name. So she's Martha in the movie, and she somehow, by unintentionally, she switches to drugs, and she overdoses him with morphine. And Anadi, she Martha is from a different place, so her mother is not having the legal documents to be the citizen of the particular country, and it's going to be a big trouble if this comes into picture. So the old man says that, let me commit suicide, and you do certain things so that you will not get caught, and it will be ruled out as suicide, and you will not be arrested or something. And that's what she does. So Martha basically carries forward whatever instructions the old man given, and the old man commits suicide to save Martha's and her family from being called into question for immigration. And this is revealed very early in the movie, and we are like, what is the if they reveal the mystery so soon, what's going to be the whole movie's about? That's what you think. But then the movie carries forward, and there is more than suicide, to this murder. And we see that each and every family member has some issues with this old man, and at that birthday party, he basically pissed off everyone. So it's like it seems like a collective conniving scheme against this old man, and somebody has really come up with a clever plot to kill this old man. And that's why Martha had to, Martha was able, what she Martha was somehow she switched the drugs, instead of morphine. So morphine has to be given 1 gram, but she ends up giving 100 grams to the old man. And how that happened, that mystery. So who did that? So it's not entirely Martha's mistake, and there is someone behind it. Who did that, and what is the thing that the old man knew about all his family members? So he's basically cutting off ties with everyone, and after his death, the will is being read to the whole family, and in the living room, if you see, when the will is read, the whole entire what do you say entire fortune that he leaves behind is given to Martha, and everybody is enraged, and Martha is like kind of shocked. She's just a nurse. She was just basically last 2-3 years, or may hardly 5 years, with him, taking care of him. But she has been with him in the last few years, right? So he feels that she's the one should have all the fortune. Not even my family members, own family members, and all of them gets enraged. And this is another thing, like, it's a motive, right? When the fortune you are expecting is given to another person, then definitely whoever knows the will have the motive to kill the old man. So that is the whole movie. It's just basically a murder, and the detective trying to solve the murder mystery. And since there's a stellar cast, Chris Evans, Anna de Armas, and then I don't know what the names of, but I've seen them their faces are familiar to me. They are good actors, and all of them has given a brilliant performance. And there's no dominant or lead protagonist in this movie. I would say, if you want to consider protagonist, then Daniel Craig and Anna de Armas are the protagonist of the movie. And she has this amusing what do you say disorder. When she tells a lie, she kind of pukes. So she's very resistant to saying lies, and that's kind of funny when you watch it in the movie. And if you see the whole movie, you think that he might be the murderer, she might be the murderer, he could be the murderer, she could be the murderer, but then they fool you. So certainly they fool you, and it's something that you are not expecting. So there are some clues that are left behind in the very earlier movie, that even though they reveal that he committed suicide because Martha switched drugs, there are some certain unresolved plots, and that gets resolved only at the end. And that's when Daniel gets a monologue. So he has a monologue at the end, exactly at the climax, and that's awesome. He proves that he's a very great detective at the end. So he doesn't have much scope in trying to solve or putting the puzzles together. He kind of just goes around investigating stuff, and there is no celebration scenes like you see in Sherlock Holmes, or James Bond scenes. James Bond, you have celebration scenes, right? Hero celebration scenes. So here you do not have that. So he's just one of the characters. He's just a renowned, famous detective who's trying to resolve the murder. But the most of the scenes revolve around Anna de Armas. So she's practically the protagonist of the movie. But everybody has played a part. So each and every character is amusing, and you tend to remember them at the end of the movie. That's because it's very good writing, and to come up with such a brilliant screenplay, I'm like, what kind of twist and twist and turns they should have thought of, and eliminated them. And finally, what's good for this movie? Let's keep it. And so practically, it kind of drugs you and fools you. And that's what I liked about it, and it's worth watching twice, I guess, because performance. So once you have to watch for the performance, and once you have to watch for the whole movie. How the direction, writing, and cinematography, and the dialogues, foreshadowing. So a lot of things are there. So definitely it's worth watching more than once. And the sequel is coming this Friday. So it's already released in theaters, I think September. But the sequel, I think Glass Onion, a Knives Out Mystery, is coming this Friday to Netflix, and I'm excited to watch. In fact, I watched this movie because I came to know that this is the first movie, and then the second one is coming this December Friday. And I'm really excited to watch that. And hopefully next week, if I do watch it, I'll do the sequels decryption. And it's just an entertainment murder mystery. If you like mystery movies, you're gonna enjoy this movie. And if you like murder mystery, you're gonna be enjoying it so much. And it's worth watching twice. It's available in Netflix, 2 hours 10 minutes in length, in 7.9 rating. I think it deserves 8. It's good enough, and I loved it, and you guys also would love it. And if you're a fan of Daniel Craig, then you should definitely watch this movie. And obviously, there will be fans of Anna de Armas, so watch it for her also. It's a good performance from all the actors, and basically, at the end of the day, the direction and the writing has overshadowed everything else in the movie. I think that's what I think it was nominated for Academy Awards as well. And to come up with such a plot with so many twists and turns, and to boldly give out how the murder happened at the very beginning, and then you have more twists and turns to make the audience watch even after what happened in the murder. It's something great, it's not so easy. So usually, if most of the murder mysteries movies, you see that they will solve, or they will save the how the murder happened at the very last moment, no, till the climax they'll save that mystery, like who murdered it, how the murder happened. But in this movie, they straight away reveal it, and then they have more secrets to reveal at the end. That's very subtle, but it keeps you hooked and makes you watch till the end. That's what I like about Knives Out. Please do check it out. It's available on Netflix, and I hope you enjoyed this decryption. We'll catch up in another episode of Decrypting Movies, and this is episode number 36. I hope you liked it. See you until next episode. You're watching Medley with Maddie and Matt Dawson. Bye bye.